Hi there, it's Susie, otherwise known as Susie Q Scraps, and today I'm going to show you how to turn a photo black and white and how to add a sepia tint to that photo. I've already created a 12 by 12 scrapbook layout and pulled in a background paper from a Life Express Simply, and I've also pulled on in the photo that I want to use. This particular photo, the reds in my son's clothes are different from the direction I want to take the layout, which is why I'm ultimately going to turn the picture sepia. So let's go ahead and select the photo layer. I'm using Photoshop Elements 9 for this tutorial, but it absolutely works in earlier versions of Photoshop Elements as well as in versions of Photoshop CS. The first step is to create a levels adjustment layer. So you'll want to find the black and white circle in your layers palette in Elements 9, and in versions of Photoshop CS it's at the bottom. In earlier versions of Elements, you'll find it at the top of your layers palette. Anyway, you'll click on that and then choose a levels adjustment layer. And this box is going to pull up for adjusting the levels. Go ahead and close it. We're going to come back to that in a minute. Let's go ahead and create our other adjustment layers. So the next one is a gradient map. And what we want to do is click on this box and choose the black to white gradient. And then OK. Close that box. And then the last adjustment layer we're going to create is a hue saturation, which we'll also adjust in a few minutes. So now we have these three layers that are currently being applied to the whole document, which is why my background also went black and white. But I'm just going to hold Shift and click down here on the levels so I select all three layers. And then if you go to Layer, Create Clipping Mask, it will clip those layers to just the photo. If you're in Elements, you can use the shortcut key Control-G. If you're in Photoshop CS, the shortcut is Alt-Control-G. So now these three layers are just applying to the photo and not to my background paper. So the first thing I'm going to do is double-click on the gears to adjust my levels. And I'm just going to slide the white arrow to the left, the black one a little bit to the right, and kind of adjust the middle one a little bit to brighten my photo just a bit. Close that. The gradient map layer we've already adjusted to make from a black to white gradient so that the photo is black and white. And if you just wanted to turn your picture black and white, at this point you're finished. If you want to add a sepia tone, we're going to double click on the gears on the hue saturation layer. Check colorize and change the number for the hue to 40, saturation at 25. Now you can play around with the hue a little bit. For me, I don't really like how the colors are matching with my layout, so I'm going to turn it to the left just a little bit and make it a little bit more red. But you could go to the right or to the left, just depending on what you want for your layout. This is why I tend to do it with my picture on top of the background paper, so I can see how it's going to look on the layout. And then just close the box, and there you have your sepia tone photo. You can turn off the hue saturation layer if you just want the black and white photo. And my final step I like to do, because I don't like how my picture looks like it's blending in with the background, I'll click on the photo layer and I'm going to add a stroke. First I want to make sure my color chip is white. Easiest way to do that is hit D for default. It goes to the black and white color chips, and then X to exchange so the white is in front. Then I'll go to Edit, Stroke. I like to pick around 35 pixels for a large photo. I'd use a smaller amount if the picture was smaller. And then I want it on the inside of the square. And then click OK. And it's going to add a white square to your original photo. And there you go. That is how you turn a photo black and white and how you add a sepia tint. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. It's susieqscraps@gmail.com. Thanks.